This is the paper from 2019, and it's one of the higher papers that we look at. And so we're going to start with this, and we're going to start with the first question, which is that this is the inequality shown on the number line, and because this is an open, it just means x, because it's going that way, is greater than 3. If it was coloured in, it would mean that x was greater or equal than 3. Now solve the inequality for y minus 13 is less than or equal to y plus 8. So with this, you always take away the smallest y from the biggest y, so take y away on that side. We get 3y minus 13 is less than or equal to 8. And then we add on the 13 to both sides. And that would be 21. So 3y is less than or equal to 21. Y is less than or equal to 7. This is just to show that. So we'll ignore what the answer is. We'll start off by making them into improper fractions. 5 times 3 plus 2 is 17 over 3. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 3 is 11 over 4. We need to make that into a number so we need to make the bottom in the denominator into the lowest common denominator. So 3 and 4, their lowest common denominator is 12. 3 goes into 12 4 times, so 4 times 17 is 40, 68. 4 goes into 12, 4 goes into 12 3 times, so 3 times 11 is 33. If you can't think of the lowest common denominator, you can always just times them out. In this case, it just is the timesing out. So then you take 68 from 33 and you get 35 over 12. Now divide the 12 into 35 in order to make a mixed number again, and that would make it, we go in twice, so that's 2, and that then 24, that gives you 11 over 12, and that is your answer. So always start with one side and work to the other. You can't really just start with that because it's got nothing much to it except an answer. Right, complete the table for these values. So we know that 1 plus 5x minus x squared. So all you do is you put the minus 1 in wherever you see x. So we'll start off with 1 plus 5, and then we'll put that there, minus that to the squared. So let's start off by putting the minus 1 in, choose another colour. So minus 1, minus 1. So that means 1 minus 5, and that's minus 1, because minus 1 squared is 1. So that would be 1 minus 1 is 0, so that's minus 5. Okay, take that away, otherwise we're going to run out of space. And let's do another one. So let's have a little look. So that would be 0, 0, so that is 1, 1, 1. So that's 1 plus 5 is 6, minus 1 is 5. And then it's 7, 7. I'm assuming it's going to be 4. But 4 and 4, let's have a little look. So that would be 1 plus 20 minus 16 equals 21 minus 16 is 5. And then we're really assuming that 6 is going to be minus 5, but you probably shouldn't do that. It almost certainly will be though. So that's 6, 6. So that's 1 plus 30 is 31 minus 6 squared, which is 36, gives us minus 5. Then you put them all into this. It's a bit tricky. So we've got minus 1 is minus 5. I can't, there we go. 0 is 1. 1 is 5. Oh, of course, this is negative quadratic. That makes more sense, doesn't it? Then it goes 7, 7, 5. 1, and then it'll go all the way down to -5. I'm not going to worry about that too much. So that would go through there somewhere. Wow, that is an appallingly drawn thing. It goes all the way down there. And that is how you draw that in. I'll try and do this. So these are similar triangles. So we know, we're going to try and work out this length here, that's x. So firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to go, how do we get from there to there? How do we get from 16 to 40? And we can't add 24. So anything that's proportional has to be divide or times. So in order to get from 16 to 40, we're going to look at what 40 divided by 60 is. 16 is even. So that's 40 divided by 16, and I think that's going to be 2.5. So we timesed by 2.5 to get there. So in order to find DE, we're going to look at AB, and that will be 12 times 2.5 equals 30. And that's our answer for that. And then the area of DEF, so that's that one, this one here, is 525 centimetres squared. Find the area of triangle DEF in metres squared. Okay, that's really irritating. So 525 centimetres squared. So in order to get to that, we would have to, so 1 centimetre squared. So your inclination is to say 5.25 metres squared, but it's not going to be that. So if we looked at 10 metres squared, 10 centimetres squared to 10 centimetres squared, that would be 100 centimetres squared. But that would be 0.1 metre times 0.1 metres, which would equal 0.01. So that kind of tells me that it's going to be 0.0525 metres squared. And the reason is that there's 1,000, although there's 100 centimetres in a metre, there is 10,000 in, there's 10,000 in a metre squared because it's 100 by 100, and 100 times 100 is 10,000. Right, so that means that's our answer, 0.0525.